All right, we are live. Figured we'd I mean, there's a football game on tonight. We figured we'd hop on here. We're degenerates, even though it's fucking Jaguars, Raiders, and like ETN, Lawrence. Nobody of relevance is actually playing. We're all gonna get like super excited for like some Snoop Connors, Zamir White shit happening tonight. So we figured we'd come on here like the degenerates that we are and get excited for football because I mean this is the last hour or whatever that we have before this game kicks off, that we don't have football until the beginning of February. So
Yeah.
exactly. So Brock was the first one in here, just got off work, but what's up, boys? What's up? Jake Luton, the GOAT. Wasn't there like a stretch where he had like really good splits with like DJ Chark a couple of years ago? Where Jake Luton, like the big armed quarterback, was like actually like a narrative for DJ Chark at one point.
Yeah, you remember there was that one point where Gardner Minshew got hurt for a couple games and Jake Luton led fucking DJ Chark to a couple blowups, and it was like, is Jake Luton actually better for fucking DJ Chark?
God.
Little did they know both of those quarterbacks would be fucking irrelevant in 2 years.
Yeah, facts. What's up, boys? What's going on?
Cole?
What's going on? Yeah, we're just gonna hop on here for like half an hour, do a quick Q&A if you guys want to, fire away any questions you got. We'll chop it up on here.
Yes,
And then we'll, get boogieing for the game, quote unquote, that I'm using right now. So
game.
yeah, I'm super fucking stoked, man. Like we're into like real like draft season now. So like it's August 4th, preseason's kicking off. I'm super excited to do the preseason recaps that I did last year. Cause like, I mean, just for my own benefit, I love like, learning about what guys are taking what reps with the first team and all that kind of stuff. So I might, this year I might make like a kind of like a database, not a database, but like something that like is more visual than what I was doing last year. So
Yes, sir. Raiders. Yeah. Who's even playing tonight? Like, because I know ETN you said is out. Like, is Trevor Lawrence even playing one series?
No, Lawrence isn't going to play at all. They said the Jags first team defense was going to play like a series or two, I think.
I mean, is there really a difference between that and the preseason squad?
For that. So when they stuffed Zamir White for 6 carries for 0 yards.
Hey, is there really a difference between that and the fucking preseason defense?
Yeah, literally.
Let's fucking go. Let's go, Nate. Laviska going for 150 tonight.
Oh, I guess dude, if Laviska Chenault's playing tonight, it's just fucking curtains on his career.
Dude, low-key, this is the one point where I'm glad we're on Ontario because I don't have to force myself to play preseason DFS.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if any of you sickos out there are playing preseason DFS on the Hall of Fame game, yeah, that's rough.
Dude, somebody wins when a 4th string tight end catches a 3-yard touchdown because he's going for $100.
If Underdog has lines for the game, I want to see if they have.
They probably do, dude. 100%, right?
They do. Oh my god. They have.
Should be a special.
They actually have a special line for Raheem Sterling for the Chelsea game on Saturday. So I mean, there's a boosted line right now. But they have Jake Luton over under 130.5 passing yards.
Smash the under.
Yeah. So Snoop Connor is going to be the only like real interesting piece, I think, on the Jags offense that we're getting to see.
Makai Sargent, baby. Yo, Rock Armstead. Shout out, right?
Dude, this guy's alive.
He's back.
Dude, I'm not even like being facetious here, but like I actually thought that guy died.
Dude,
like, wasn't he like hospitalized with COVID for like 6 months?
He had COVID, I feel like, for 2 years. Wait, Laquan Treadwell's back on the Jags too? He's playing?
Yeah.
W.
DeMarcus Robinson plays for the Raiders? What?
Yeah, dude. Amir Abdullah has over-under line. I didn't even know he was on Vegas, and I'm a dynasty player.
I'm like learning about some of these guys. Yeah, I think the highlight of tonight from like a fantasy perspective is Zamir White and Snoop Connor. Seeing the 2 rookie running backs, I guess, is probably the highlight.
Yep. Jake Luton. Oh, we already read that. We live.
Right, yeah. Jake Luton threw a 75-yard bomb to DJ
That's what happened.
On his first attempt. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Legend.
I had DJ Chark that year, and I thought it was like just the rest of like history. I'm like, oh yeah, DJ Chark's gonna finally be good. What's going on, Leo? I may have done a little ugly ass parlay. You fucking degenerate, Spicy Hot. I love how you specified Hall of Fame game because we're all sickos to play preseason DFS. True.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? What's going on, Henry? Because I touched grass.
Respectable.
Is there anything behind this Pharaoh Brown hype? What Pharaoh Brown hype?
So there was like hype saying like apparently like Lovie Smith went out and said like Pharaoh Brown is our starting tight end. But guys, starting tight end in the NFL doesn't mean jack shit. All we care about is actual route usage at the tight end position. Pharaoh
Has
Brown
it,
could be the
like,
starting tight end and just block
realistic
every first
question, when
down.
was the last time a Houston Texans tight end was relevant for fantasy?
There was that one. What's his name? Fucking that white guy. Owen. Some. Oh, do you know I'm talking? Owen. He's number 81.
I know what
Owen.
you're talking about, but like we've had like a combination of like Jordan Akins and like random dudes the last couple years. I feel like the Texans have been like the stone worst tight end group in the NFL for the last like 5 years.
Owen Daniels. That's it. Holy fuck! You remember that guy?
Yeah.
What a legend. 2006 to
Easton
13.
gave us a talking point here. What is ETN worth in Dynasty? Would you rather have Travis Etienne or a mid 2023 first?
Mid 2023 first.
Really? You'd rather have a
Right
mid
now,
first
yes.
than Travis Etienne? I would
Yeah,
rather
right
have
now I would.
Etienne than a mid first.
Right now I would, but I would say that's about give or take fair value.
Owen Wilson, somebody commented.
Owen Wilson.
Dude, Owen, like, there was like a Mount Rushmore of like 2000s actors, like excluding like Sandler and shit, but like guys that were specifically like early 2000s guys, like Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, like those classics. Like pretty much anybody that was in old school or something was like just such a great group of actors. I swear to God, like they don't make comedies like those anymore.
Dude, they're not allowed to. They say some of the humor that they said on those old TV shows, they get canceled.
Oh, dude, me and Maria, we were watching this like show on Netflix, and the characters are all like LGBTQ, like every single one. So it's like extremely woke, the show. It's a good show, but like it's really, really woke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brock, dub for him just making it back to the NFL, to be honest. Yeah, dude, Rock Armstead, that guy just getting a carry in the NFL is like a W. Grass never heard of it.
Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Would you all say taking Mike Thomas in the 4th is a reach? I think he belongs to go there.
Right now you can get him cheaper though.
Right now you don't have to pick him there though. Like I'm cool just like because even like the 5th round is like kind of a reach just relative to his ADP. I would probably say that that like the 6th round is where you're going to typically get Michael Thomas. But yeah, like the 5th round, I'm cool like reaching a little bit on him there. But the 4th round, I think you can wait and still get him.
By the way, you want to hear the most obvious thing of all time?
What's up?
Patrick Mahomes told reporters at OTAs that he expects his receiver targets to be more spread out in 2022. No shit.
Yeah. We were overdue for a Texans tight end. Drew. Yeah. Like, I mean, Brevin Jordan was like kind of relevant for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly.
Thoughts on the Watson situation? I don't think he's going to play this year based on how the NFL has handled this whole situation. It seems like they're determined to keep him off the field.
Can't he just sue though?
I hope he doesn't play this year. I have him on like a couple one-year
teams. Yeah.
Dynasty teams. So I hope he doesn't play this year.
That's where I'm at as well. Also, a guy should be pretty upset right now because I remember earlier in the offseason, I offered him, he's a contender. I have his first. I offered him Dak for Watson in like a 2023 like 3rd, right?
Mhm.
Just because I was going for the 1-year punt. And he's like, I'd rather wait. And it's like now, like if Watson gets a year, buddy, I'm just gonna let your pick tank and fucking get the value there.
True.
Be real lads, real lad on Juju. Oh, speaking of Juju, I don't know why I brought Juju up, and then there's a comment about Juju, but
I mean, Juju's my wide receiver 37. I don't think I'm that low on him. Like I definitely have him lower than like consensus does and ADP does, but like
I think I have him higher than you, but I don't like him.
Like I would rather have like the guys I have ahead of him. Like I would still rather have Tyler Lockett than Juju Smith-Schuster. I would still rather have Kadarius Toney, Gabriel Davis, Brandon Ayuk, Adam Thielen, Darnell Mooney. Like I would still rather have those guys than Juju, but Juju versus like Amari Cooper, Hunter Renfrow, Russell Gage, Christian Kirk. Yeah, like give me Juju there.
I'll bet you right now. We'll make a little. Someone can record it. Spicy's here; he can record it. I'll take Sky Moore points on the season over Juju.
I will as well, and especially at cost. Like I'll just take Sky Moore in like the 9th round.
Well, you have Juju ranked higher. That's why I said that.
I do have Juju ranked higher just because he's a veteran. Like I just assume he's going to be on the field first, and Sky Moore might struggle to get on the field early in the season. But
I'm still revamping my ranks. Spicy, he didn't take it.
I I mean, Mo Alley Cox is our starter, but man just blocks. Yeah, that's the other thing too. And I talked about that in the league winning tight ends video. Is like you need to the
Run
inline
routes.
percentage is like under 50% for the most
Yeah.
part for like those league winning tight ends. You don't want to be inline blocking like all the time. Would you do Ayuk for Ridley or Jamison Williams in PPR? I would rather have Jamison Williams than Brandon Ayuk in Dynasty. It's close though. It all depends on like if you're trying to compete because they're both
That,
young wide receivers, but JMO's probably not going to help you this year. So
let me see
those
where I
guys are
have
kind of
them
mixed up
ranked.
for me.
See where I have them ranked because they might be like close to
They're
back
really
to back
close
for
to
me.
me. I know they're really close. It really all depends. I think Jamison Williams is the better like value accumulation piece because all it's going to take for him is a couple big plays once he comes back, and he could really, really skyrocket his way into like the top 15 dynasty wide receivers. Whereas Ayuk, I think, would have to actually go out and produce for that to happen.
So in the foundational wide receivers, I have Jameson Williams is wide receiver 18 and Brandon Ayuk is wide receiver 20 in that tier. So
Right.
like they're like almost back to back.
Yeah.
I'm
actually want to look exactly where I have them right now. I have them in the same tier as well, but I actually have Ayuk higher slightly. It would really all depend on if you're a competitive window because I'd rather have Ayuk if I was competing at all.
Damn, so you have actually I'm not gonna say it because it's
I have Ayuk really high.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
you
he knows it to most people.
I have him high too. I really like Ayuk. I could see him blowing up again this year too. Even when Deshaun Watson was in Houston, he made a coin toss for any of the tight ends there. Pharaoh Brown is whatever.
Pharaoh Brown's one. Like the only Houston tight end I'd actually be interested in would be Brevin Jordan, just because like the unknown factor and the fact that he was like a decent prospect before he got 5th round draft capital.
Yep. I heard 5th round wide receiver Montreal Washington. What do you think of him? Let me see
Is
what
Seth
his profile
Williams
looks
still
like.
on the roster there?
He stinks.
I know he stinks, but like, I mean, I have a little like I actually thought he had pretty decent film at Auburn, to be honest. And he had he had one target for like a 34-yard catch last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me
His
see.
yards per target was the best of the NFL because he had one target for 34 yards.
Okay, Montreal Washington, rookie 5th round pick, 23 years old, out of Sanford. Let me just see what his college production was looking like.
Is he like the Darnell Mooney of this class?
Yeah, dude. He maxed out as a 855-yard, 9-touchdown player at Sanford as a 23-year-old.
Oof, that's gross.
Yeah. Speaking of sleepers out of camp, I know Bush is knowing exactly what I'm going to say. Out of Cowboys camp, Dennis Houston's been making some waves, so we'll see what happens in the preseason. But he's been running with the ones in practice. We'll see what happens in terms of actual preseason allotment. But something to monitor.
Tight end premium. Would you rather have Hawkinson or a random first? I'd rather have a random first than Hawkinson, even in tight end premium.
Yeah. Kittle on the first or Kyle Pitts. Pitts. Yeah. MT is my highest owned wide receiver right now. I don't blame you. I'm a Browns fan. I hope he plays. Otherwise, waste of a season. Yeah. The interesting part about it is if Watson gets a full year, where do the Browns go? Like 5-12, 6-11?
I think there's a legitimate chance they'd bring Garoppolo in if Watson was out the whole year.
They're okay. This is a poker term, but they're pot committed because literally they don't have their own first to fall back on.
Yeah.
Like if you have to pay a 3rd or 4th or whatever to bring Jimmy in, even just to play 6 games, like you don't have your first round pick. So inherently it's going to be more valuable for you to just give up the pick and keep yourself in contention than ultimately give Houston what can be another top 10 pick for them.
Right. And like, I mean, from like an actual like football dude perspective, you don't want to just like give up on your season. Like, how do you sell Jacoby Brissett to your fucking locker room after like 3 games when Jacoby Brissett's got like a fucking passer rating of like 71? You're going to be like, oh, we're going to like roll with this guy the whole year. Like you have no other options. I think Jimmy G would make some sense if Watson is suspended the whole year. I don't know what's going to happen with Garoppolo, man. I think he's going to get cut at some point, but like, I really don't know.
I think Seattle's waiting for him to get cut.
I think both Seattle and Cleveland are waiting for him to get cut, to be honest. I think it's just going to be between those two. Like, there's no other real team that would be in contention for him. Carolina was the only other one, and they have Mayfield now.
Wait, Matthew Berry's on NBC now?
Yeah, I saw that. Damn. That happened today.
Dope.
I traded Pollard and Gallup for Diggs yesterday.
W.
Yeah, if you're in a competitive window, I definitely like that.
Yeah. Should I sell Clyde and Sanders now or wait till in season? Well, I
Oh
mean,
no,
if
you sell them whatever you can
yeah,
get for them now. I
yeah.
think there's a good chance. I mean, there's a possibility that if you waited until the season, you might get like a spike week here or there in the early part of the season, and maybe you could sell that to somebody for like 10% more than you'll get for them now. But at the same time, like I just want to offload those guys if I can. Like if you can get any second round draft capital for either running back, I would probably just take that in a heartbeat.
Did I low key hope fucking Zamir White just bust off one random run just so Twitter can get hyped and just push him ahead in
Oh
ADP?
God, I hope Jacobs just tanks an ADP so I can take him as like a 8th round pick or some shit.
Yeah. So Henry says Lockett over Juju. You know who the quarterback in Seattle is? Yeah. The difference
Oh, I
though
don't
is that
care.
I know Lockett is a talented player. I don't think Juju is.
Yeah, that one's like again, it's all how you value receivers. You guys probably know by now that we favor wide receiver ability over situation. In redraft like a redraft context, it definitely like situation matters more than it does in like a dynasty context. But man, like Lockett was like a top 10 receiver in yards per route run last year. We're talking about a dude that if Tyler Lockett got traded to the Green Bay Packers tomorrow, he's a top 15 wide receiver in fantasy. Like he's that good of a player.
Yeah.
So even if Drew Lock or Geno Smith is his quarterback, I trust his ability to at least be like a boomer bust wide receiver 3 in fantasy. And that's pretty much the median projection I have for Juju, even in like a full PPR format anyway.
It would make so much sense for Seattle to trade him, and especially for a contending team to acquire him. I was talking to, I think I talked about it to you, but through the next 2 years, Tyler Lockett has an APY about 13 to 14 million dollars. And then after those 2 years, it gets like crazy, but there's an out in 2024. So if a team wants to trade for Lockett, use him up the next 2 years and then let them test the waters after that before the dead money gets crazy, like it's an affordable deal. It's 13 or
Can your
14
Cowboys
APY.
afford it? Because he would make a ton of sense for you.
That's what I pointed out to. That's what I was talking about the other day. I forget who I was talking about it with, but the Cowboys make a lot of sense. Again, that's why I kind of want to see what happens in preseason, because right now they're saying, "Oh, yo, we're content with our guys." But if one of the young wide receivers can't make the jump right away, and you want to trade, I mean, realistically, in a rebuilding Seattle, what do you give up fucking Lockett for? Like a 4, maybe?
I think they'd probably want a 3 for him.
Something
I don't
like
know if you
that.
get that, but I think that's probably what they would want.
But it would be somewhere in that range, regardless. Like, and for Seattle, why would you hold on to a 29, soon to be 30-year-old wide receiver at
Yeah, it's
that
not like you
point?
have a young quarterback to develop or anything
Yeah,
either. So you can
and
definitely afford to part with him. Plus, you just
which
paid your top wide receiver big money too.
side note, Bush, Lockett. Let's just say hypothetically, Lockett got traded to the Cowboys tomorrow. Where are you taking him in fantasy drafts?
Um, he'd probably be in like the Allen Robinson range.
Yeah, I was gonna say like probably like 5th round or so.
Yeah, like 5th
Yeah,
round, I would say is probably where he would fit in. That would be good
makes
news
sense.
for Lamb too, because that would mean Locke
Yeah,
could probably play the slot.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And like, and
I think
again,
that's a realistic thing that could happen too. I think he would also make a ton of. I mean, like Green Bay is just like classic fucking pair of wide
yeah.
receiver there, but he would also make a ton of sense for what they need.
Dude, yeah, and I mean the thing with Dallas too is like they've had like good receivers, don't get me wrong, but they haven't had a guy that can stretch the field like Lockett does. And having that type of ability, that type of deep ball to be able to provide for a guy like Tyler Lockett, like CeeDee Lamb would fucking eat underneath if you had a guy like Tyler Lockett stretching the field next to him.
Oh, dude, I have like 20% Tyler Lockett on Underdog, so
That'd
I'd
be
be
nuts.
smiling if he got traded to either of those teams.
Oh yeah,
Anyways, what am I recording? I zoned out. Oh, he said Sky Moore versus Juju fantasy points straight
yeah.
up. Kittle, Ayuk, Barkley, late 2023 first, or Deontay, Elijah Mitchell, and Kyle Pitts. Okay, that's a lot to break down.
So
So to me,
Deontay Barkley kind of
how
close.
much do you need to get to Pitts in this deal?
Okay. The way I
Are the
kind of
two
broke it,
49ers in the late first Pitts?
249ers in the late first.
Is that equivalent to Pitts?
We'll say for ease sake, I'd
Or
probably
is
want a little
is
more.
Kittle and Barkley equivalent to Pitts?
Fuck. If I was selling Pitts, I don't even think I'd sell him for Kittle, Barkley in the first, late first.
I would. If I was competing, I would.
It's close, but I would want the
Okay,
Pitt
well,
side
okay,
regardless
what
here.
if it Pitts and Mitchell for Kittle, Barkley in the late first, and then
Uh,
Deontay over Ayuk straight up?
yeah, yeah, okay, that's fair. But
I think it's
regardless, I want
relatively
the
a
Pitt
fair
side.
deal. If
I
I'm
want the,
competing, I like the Kittle, Ayuk, Barkley side. But I think if you were like tearing it down or something, you want the superstar with Pitts. but
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to acquire a guy like Mitchell if I was tearing it down.
Yeah. Okay. Jordan Matt's still in
Tight
the
end.
league.
Jordan Matthews is a tight end now.
What is going on, bro?
Yeah.
My boys, Yezer Alpha. Ayuk is so hard for me to value. I like Ayuk a lot.
Yeah.
Yezer, look at the Ayuk back to back.
Ayuk stands in
Love
the
to see
chat.
it. God.
Oh God! Remember when Brian, dude? Okay, so if you guys ever wonder, if you guys follow me on or follow us on TikTok, and you notice that I do the news of the day segments, if you notice in those news of the day segments, you'll never hear me say this player looks good, or this player is impressing, or that player like looks tremendous. I now don't care how the players look in training camp. The only news that I report on those TikToks are usage related and like stuff like that, because that's really the only stuff you want to pay attention to this time of year. When the drum beat is really loud and you constantly hear it day after day, then you can give some kind of validity to it. But for the most part, like we heard that Brian Edwards looked like the next Terrell Owens last year. Like that was something that was actually said by John Gruden. He said he was a combination of Randy Moss and Terrell Owens, was a thing that his head coach actually said about a wide receiver that's got like 500 career receiving yards.
Yeah, that's...
Anyways, A-Rob, Mike Williams, or Marquise Brown, redraft half PPR.
If Marquise is ready to go,
Williams
Marquise.
Most out of those guys probably, but
Really?
they're all like relatively similar.
Oh, I'll bet you right now, seasonal Marquise over Mike Williams.
Really, eh?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think they're like really close in my rankings, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I have Marquise a good amount ahead of him. I have him like 6 or 7 spots ahead.
Oh, I do actually have him ahead too. Maybe I gotta reorganize where I got Mike Williams. But they're all in the same tier. I have Robinson the highest out of these guys.
I have they're all in
the same tier. So
I mean, it obviously depending on the news, I think he's fine after that. The arrest after speeding, he should be fine, right?
He should be fine. Yeah, I would say he's gonna be fine. I saw a report today that Drew Davenport put out a thread or whatever, and he was like, I wouldn't expect him to get suspended for this.
And honest to God, dude, like give me A-Rob over Mike Will.
Yeah, I would actually take A-Rob over both of them.
I would rank them Marquise, A-Rob, Mike Williams. But like every positive that we could say for Mike Williams, like why wouldn't it apply A to A-Rob? And B, I mean, I don't think people are realizing just how much Mike Williams was falling off at the end of the season last year. Like we saw again that hyper usage 4-game stretch where his ADOT was low. He was looking like a big slot. He's getting valuable targets. But the other 3.5 years of his career, he's been a 16, 17, 18 ADOT type of guy, stretch the field, MVS with dreads type of player. Like realistically.
Yeah,
so
that's dude. Honestly, that's why I like A-Rob the most out of these guys.
I don't mind A-Rob at all. Like him,
I think A-Rob is the best receiver out of these three.
Marquise is close. Marquise is really fucking good too.
I don't know, man. A-Rob is still a great fucking receiver, and he plays for. They all play for good offenses, but he plays for what I would consider like the highest like peripherals, like pass heavy, like stuff. They're all fucking good offenses.
The one caveat I will say there, and again, this might be a little narrative based, but the reason why I would take Marquise Brown, the reason why I take Marquise Brown is that Keenan Allen's the clear number 1 on the Chargers. Cooper Kupp's the clear number 1 on the Rams. I can't say full-heartedly that when DeAndre Hopkins comes back, he's going to be the number 1 there.
I think he will be.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's close.
I also think that the Rams and Chargers are like a touch ahead of the Cardinals
and that's fair
from a pass-heavy standpoint too, but it's possible. I mean, I like all 3 of those guys. They're all of mine in like the 4th round or so.
The weird part about that is that they're all like 3rd, 4th round picks, but it feels like this tier wide receiver would normally be a 5-6 turn type of decision.
Yeah, last year we just had better, like, because if Godwin never got hurt, we'd have a guy like Godwin in the mix right now. Because where would Godwin be going if he never got hurt?
2nd round.
You think he'd go in the 2nd round? I think him
he'd go
and
over
Mike
Evans
would both be like mid-thirds.
I think he'd go over Evans.
I think you would too, but like I think both of them would be like mid-3rd round picks, and that would push down some of these other wide receivers as well.
Well, I mean, you can make the case healthy Godwin or AJ Brown this year.
I would probably take Godwin.
So would I.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we're talking that AJ Brown's 2-3 turn, I think Godwin would be a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, it's possible. That's where he went last year.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I'd probably prefer Lamb, but like after that, like maybe Debo. Other than that,
Yeah.
It's a close one.
Yeah. What's up, boys? Football is back, baby. Let's go. Watson is suspended. Bijan is going to be a Texan. Oh God. I want Bijan to go to a place where he's going to get a lot of volume, but I also like sneakily want him to go to a good offense. Like if somehow the Dolphins or Eagles or something like drafted Bijan, that would be a lot better than like the Texans getting him.
Dude, if Bijan got drafted top 25 to the Eagles next year, and he did, healthy training camp, positive buzz in the offseason, like could he potentially be like a fringe top 5 redraft pick as a rookie?
Oh, I think he's going to be a first round redraft pick, no question.
First round, I have no doubt, but like, could he sneak into the top 5?
It's possible. I mean, Barkley went, I think, 5th overall consensus wise at his rookie season.
Zeke was around like
David Johnson, 10? Le'Veon Bell, and Todd Gurley went ahead of him, and then Barkley was like the consensus, like 105 that year. Maybe Antonio Brown, I think, might have been the other guy that went ahead of him.
Kamara too.
Oh, who did I say? Oh, not David Johnson. Sorry, Kamara is what I meant to say.
It wasn't David Johnson.
It would have been Zeke, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, and Kamara were the top 4 picks that year. I'm pretty sure.
Zeke, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley. Yeah. No, it was okay. It was Zeke.
Le'Veon Bell held out. Bell didn't play, but he was a top 5 pick.
Zeke, Bell, Gurley, Johnson, and then it was Kamara, and then it was Barkley.
Was it Johnson before?
100%. Because
are you sure that wasn't the year that Johnson was like an end of the first pick?
Yeah, because remember he was the first overall consensus.
Yeah, in 2017. But then wasn't he like a late first, or would he just go right back to the top?
Jumped right back up.
Right, and then he had like a gross season. I'm pretty sure, didn't he? In 2018.
Yeah, he's garbage.
Yeah,
that was when he was
season.
Yeah, season baby.
Seattle should just tank and get a high pick and a new quarterback next
100%.
year. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Steelers might as well be ready for the cut. For who? Oh, for Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston, they actually do make some sense for Garoppolo because their quarterback fucking situation.
I think they're just gonna roll with Trubisky if Pickett's not gonna ready.
I don't understand why they didn't just take fucking Malik Willis in the 3rd round.
Stupid.
Like if they knew that the NFL, because they probably knew where these quarterbacks were being valued. If they knew that Willis wasn't going to be a 1st round pick, I would have just drafted like a lineman and then drafted Willis in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Oh yeah. Houston does not walk. I agree with that, Henry.
Yeah, Seth Williams yards per target is like my on base percentage junior year. I was a pitcher and I had 3 at-bats and 3 walks. Yeah, that's some fucking Moneyball shit right there. That on base percentage. Lockett turns 30 next month and he isn't getting traded. I mean, I don't really care how old he is. He hasn't shown any sign of slowing down.
Yeah, no, he's good.
He's just like an 8th round wide receiver that I could easily see being like a fringe top 30 guy the entire season.
100%. Would you trade Ken Walker and Algier for 2 firsts and a 1-year punt winner? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, easily. Yeah. No questions asked. I would trade them for 1 first.
Yeah, no, literally though. I think Lockett going to get traded for sure. They hooked up Wagner and Wilson.
Yeah, I hope they hook up Lockett too.
Yeah. Someone in my dynasty league asking for a 1st round pick for Henderson Harris. Yeah, that's do not give that, please, Corey.
Yeah.
Promise me. Lockett went in round 14 in my last dynasty startup while Juju went in the 7th round.
Yeah, give me fucking Juju or give me Lockett.
Why is Juju going in the 7th round still in dynasty?
I think people don't realize that he only signed a 1-year deal. Like, how is his dynasty value that affected by a 1-year deal with Kansas City?
But dude, you remember what he did in 2018, right?
Yeah, I understand Juju's got some ceiling just because of he's already like proven that he's an explosive player, but I mean he's been like regressed every single season.
Sorry, I'm reading Spicy's comment. Yeah,
that's starting to get a little concerning, to be honest. The fact that Stafford's got some kind of like tendonitis in his elbow.
Dude, I've gotten wait. I hate to make this about me, but I'm not sure if you guys have had tendonitis in your elbow before. But the shit is such a fucking pain to deal with. Okay, this is gonna sound degen if you guys are listening, but I like in my 1st and 2nd year at university, I would go to the gym every fucking day. And then there was a rock climbing place underneath the gym, pretty much. Like it was the floor level or floor below. And I would go rock climbing right after the fucking gym. And there would be fucking weeks upon weeks where the tendonitis in my elbows, I literally like couldn't bend my elbows. I couldn't fucking pick up weight. It was bad, dude. It hurt. So
Yeah.
like, if what Stafford is going through, like, I feel bad. And I mean, Brock could probably fucking relate. He's just said he was a pitcher, right? Like, you probably got
Yeah.
tendonitis in your elbow every fucking
Probably
week.
Tommy John's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny hasn't posted a TikTok yet. That's what the joke was.
Yeah.
I will not stop doing them. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. What would be the balancing in a Kyler plus for Lance and ETN? Kyler side has guys like, I would rather have Kyler than Lance plus ETN.
That's
I don't know
like,
about
I
you.
was gonna say Lance and ETN's probably fair for Kyler.
So if you can get anything on top, I don't know which side you're getting here. But
I think
I would take
he's going for
Claypool or
Lance and
Tony
ETN.
as like a throw in.
Are you going
Which,
for Lance
which of
and
those
ETN or
guys do you
Kyler?
want to get? Like, if you're getting the Kyler side, which of those guys do you want? Claypool or Tony, probably, right?
Tony for sure.
Yeah, I would say one of those two guys for sure. And then if you're giving up the Kyler side, then I'd rather give up like an Alberto or a Singletary or like Boyd or something. But if you're getting the Kyler side, I'll take Tony and Kyler.
Agree. Don't get Mike Williams ADP. I don't either, brother.
Again, his non-underdog ADP is like a mid 4th round pick, which makes a little bit more sense. Just because on underdog he's inflated because of the stacking nature of it.
Yep.
Dynasty half PPR tight end premium to the Kyler.
Assuming Superflex.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's Superflex also.
Have Fields and Mahomes and Superflex. Want to upgrade my quarterback to you? What do you add to Fields to acquire Kyler? I'd be willing. Like, if somebody's willing to do it for like Fields and a first for Kyler, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would easily do that, like a heartbeat.
Like in a heartbeat. So, if you can get it for around there, maybe you have to have it at a 2 or a piece. Like, go for it. I would be fine with that. TikToks are really nice. Saves me time. User. Yeah, like that's right about where he should be. I think.
I think he'd be higher than that because Evans would move down if he was healthy.
That is fair.
He'd probably be like wide receiver 7, honestly.
Yeah,
and like I would rather have Lamb, and that's pretty much it on that tier.
And then the top 5, yeah,
maybe like Debo. If you wanted to argue that, I wouldn't blame you.
Saquon top 5. He's my RB3, so I can definitely see that.
Yeah, he's my RB4. So
I mean, we're gonna disagree here. I still have Cup. Bush wants Jefferson again.
I have Jefferson higher.
The case there is simple. Like, he's gonna be in a higher pace offense. They're gonna throw the ball more at a neutral pass rate. And Justin Jefferson, if he's getting used the way Cooper Kupp was in that Rams offense under O'Connell, he's arguing. I don't even think it's arguing.
To be clear, you meant a higher paced offense and neutral pass rate from last season, not the
Yes, Cup. Correct. Yeah. Comparatively to what we've seen from the Vikings. Yeah. And I honestly, like, maybe it's a hot take to some, but like, I don't think it's really argument. Like, Jefferson's a more talented player than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. When he said the comments where he was like, I think he's not as good as me, I totally agree with Jefferson. Yeah. I think he's a better receiver.
I think Kupp like responded to that. He's got his opinion. I've got my opinion. We'll see on the field.
All right, dude, you're kind of like a manufacturer of your offensive situation a little bit. Like, you're a great receiver, but you were a little bit of a manufacturer of McVay's. Like,
sadly, he's sirloin Wes Welker. I'm afraid. No, I'm kidding.
Sirloin.
Kobe
Wes Welker.
Yeah. I mean, I would still take Kupp because I mean that fucking scheme fit and the way he's used by McVay is just too
clean.
It's
free cash. Yeah, it's
like
free cash.
He had like a 93 percentile against zone this year in terms of reception perception. 99th percentile. I mean,
Jefferson was like 97th across the board. So
yeah. But like the thing is like, does Kupp never actually like faces man coverage the way he's used?
How many, just real like hypothetical question here, how many better receivers are there than Justin Jefferson in the league? I think there's one.
Devontae Adams, yeah.
I think Devontae Adams might be the only receiver better than Justin.
Maybe Jamar Chase.
I think Jefferson's better than Chase.
That's close.
I think he's more complete than Chase.
I would agree with that. However, I mean, the sheer we're down by 7. We need a big play to get back in the game. Like, it's fucking Chase.
Yeah.
But like, I would give the nod to Jefferson right now. But like, it's so tough to not like. That's basically saying like, who would you rather have? You know, Antonio Brown or Calvin Johnson? It's like Antonio Brown was the better all-around receiver, but like at the same time, if you needed a big play, like Calvin Johnson was just gonna fucking win his matchup.
I also think like Tyreek should be in this discussion also because I think he's also
he's freakish.
I think he's still that good.
But another one would be Tyreek Hill or Devontae Adams. Like Devontae Adams a better complete receiver, but if you need one big play to win you over the top, like it's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, or you need Gabe Davis for that.
Literally though.
Gurley, Bell, David Johnson, Zeke. Yeah, that's classic. Can't believe how long ago that was. Look at that fucking 2018
My
running
God.
back group.
And if people try to tell you that a running back's a really good investment in fucking dynasty,
no
God, loving the Sky Moore.
Sky Moore is looking like he's going to have some hype behind his name for sure. I can't wait till we see these rookies, these rookie wide receivers in preseason games,
Dude.
man. I'm so excited for that.
Barkley
was in the 6 to 10 range most of the drafts I was looking at for 2018. He went 5 in mine. I remember the guy who picked 5th won the league. He picked Barkley in the first round,
CMC.
and then he got Kittle and Mahomes late in the draft, and that was like Mahomes' MVP year and Kittle's breakout season.
I remember that season. I left my draft with, I shit you not, Christian McCaffrey, Cooper Kupp, George Kittle, and who was my quarterback? It would have been Cam Newton, who was a top 3 or 4 quarterback that year.
Yeah,
I lost in the fucking semifinal because bum ass Odell Beckham decided to not play in that game. Cam Newton got hurt midway through the game, which affected my DJ Moore and my Christian McCaffrey in the same fucking game. And I lost. And I had number 1 seed by far the best team in the league and lost because of that.
Pain.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? What's going on? So I got to head off here in like 2 minutes. So I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Danny can, rip through the final ones before this game starts, but I'm heading out tonight. So I'm probably just going to be on here for another couple minutes. I definitely told him he was smoked out. Yeah, big facts. Also, I was looking at the offseason altogether, and what do you think of the like different starting quarterbacks for teams? What a crazy offseason. Yeah, I think this is going to be like a normal thing going forward. Like the quarterback movement, I don't think it'll be unique to this offseason. I think quarterbacks know they have a lot of power, and the ones that are upset are going to start being loud with it, and they'll be like, hey, I want a new deal, or I want you to go get this receiver, or else I want to trade.
Is it crazy to say, Bush, that this is going to like severely impact the small market teams now?
It could. Like, I mean, I hope it doesn't become like fucking baseball, because baseball is awful.
The reason why I say that, obviously there's a salary cap, so there's going to be a little bit of a difference, but certain owners have more money up front to be able to appease players in terms of signing bonuses. For a small market team, some of them can't afford to give you, $100 million signing bonus, an $80 million signing bonus right off your first contract. So like that's going to impact and that's going to affect the biggest market teams and the richest owners if players are going to have more control in that regard.
Yeah. Shout out to the Buccaneers for being the rare small market team where the owners have way more money than like everybody in the league. The owners of the Buccaneers own Man U, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have like the third most expensive sports franchise in the world or something like that.
So the owners of the Bucs, like who are the richest owners in the league? Like I know the Bills owner's pretty fucking rich. I mean,
Jerry Jones owns the most expensive obviously, sports franchise in the world. So but like the Buccaneers are probably worth over $1 billion now since Brady's been there. Yeah. And Man U's worth like a lot. So they're probably like between the two franchises together, they're probably borderline Cowboys level.
Yeah, literally though. Spicy really roasting. Who would win between you guys in a fist fight?
My fucking ass beat.
Is Flacco outperforming Wilson? No,
fuck no.
Got T for London.
I mean, maybe, but it's training camp. I don't give a shit.
As much as I love London and Tony, I am fine with going up and getting T for that, and especially in a start 11. If it was like a start 12, start 13, it's a little closer, but in the start 11, give me T.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Pacheco hype? He low-key a superstar.
His fucking profile is really bad. Like his prospect profile is not good, and he ran fast, but like that was pretty much it. His athletic profile was decent, but like his production stunk.
Hey, looks like we found me a girl, Bush.
Where? Oh, nice.
Get the big old
Anyways, okay, so I gotta head off of here, so I'll let you finish out the questions. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yep. I'll probably stay on for a few more minutes, probably until the 45-minute mark or so. So take it easy. I'm gonna change the layout. See ya. Where are we? Dope. Where do the comments go? Okay, we are good now. Hit the like, yo. Yeah, listen to Mark. 57 people in here. Want to see 57 likes? Let's go. Hasn't thrown an incompletion since that was tweeted out. Yeah, facts. Fields plus James Cook or Burks plus 2023 second plus 24 second. Superflex PPR trade made in my league, not mine. Just getting opinions. I would take Justin Fields. I would say that James Cook is probably worth one of those seconds. I would say for E's sake, the 2024 second, and then Fields, I would much rather, as much as I love Burks, I'd much rather Fields over Burks in a 2023 second. Yeah, facts. Where do we take Kamara with the uncertainty? I'm more than fine still taking him at that 2-3 turn. It looks like he's not getting more than 6 games. And even at 6 games, he's going to be worth a third round pick. I mean, we saw last year, I'll talk about it more in the contextualized game logs, but we saw last year basically when Alvin Kamara in this offense had Jameis Winston as the pivot, like Alvin Kamara scored 6 of his 9 touchdowns in those first 7 games. And Alvin Kamara was near 20 PPR point per game score. Now we're getting a full healthy Michael Thomas back. Now we're getting Chris Olave added to this offense. Jameis is expected to be fully healthy for this year. So this Saints offense, who was putting up 25 points per game last year when Jameis was healthy, could be one of the sneakier up-and-coming offenses in the league. I wouldn't be shocked if this was a top 15 type of scoring offense. And if we're getting that much scoring opportunity for a guy in Alvin Kamara, who has been the most efficient goal line rusher the league has seen in quite some time, like, yeah, I'm all in on Alvin Kamara as long as he doesn't, I mean, it doesn't look like he'll get more than 6 games, but as long as he's getting 6 games or under, like his current cost of acquisition, it reminds me a lot of 2008 or 2017 Zeke, where you had to weather the storm for the 6 games, but when he came back, he was like the RB3. I see a similar situation if that were to happen for Alvin Kamara. Where are you ranking Kamara? Oh, yeah. Well, back to back. Alvin Kamara is still a top 15 running back for me right now. Imagine if Jefferson had someone better than Cousins. I mean, Cousins is a good quarterback for what Jefferson needs. Accurate, he's going to get it on time, and he trusts Jefferson. So I don't mind Kirk Cousins there for him. Good to see you, boys. Have a good show. Keep dropping that knowledge. God knows I need it. Appreciate you, Paco. Appreciate you being in the chat. T. Higgins top 10. Thoughts on ETN and Brees. T. Higgins currently just outside my top 10 in terms of redraft, but if you want to rank him there, I have no qualms with that. That tier between like wide receiver 6, 7 and like wide receiver 12 is pretty flat. So you can adjust that the way you'd like. Someone just offered me Akers and Michael Thomas for CD. Thoughts? If that's a dynasty league, give me CD pretty easily. If that's a redraft, though, I'll take Akers and Thomas. Game might get weather delayed. Hopefully it's on soon. After Snoop Connor goes well tonight, what am I looking to trade him for in dynasty? If you can get any type of third round capital for him, like you take that in a heartbeat. Tepper of the Panthers, the most. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is pretty damn rich. Yeah. Bro. That's girl. Yeah. Amen. Holy crap. They are going off. Let me, time out. Okay. We're good now. My girl. I'm in a dynasty startup 12-man superflex start 9. I have the 1-2 and the 1-4. Should I take Josh Allen and Mahomes? Yes, there are quarterbacks there. Or Allen and Chase JT. I mean, if your league's going to let you get Allen and Mahomes in a super flex at the 102 and the 104, yeah, like they're 101 and 103 for me. So smash that. They have multiple counts. LOL. For thoughts on Burrow, Dotson, 2023 third for Tua, 2023 first, 2024 second, 2023. Okay, let me read that again. Honest to God, like Burrow, I would say Burrow and at least that's probably fair value, honestly. If you're a Tua believer, I don't mind it. Like I'd personally try to go for a guy like Zach Wilson instead, but like if that was Zach Wilson, who's about comparable market value, I think that's a pretty solid deal both ways. LOL. Cousins is more than fine. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Spicy Hot, letting the mod go down. Let's go. Grape Duchess and Thursday Night Football. How about them boys? Fuck the Eagles. Yes, sir. Let's go, Nicholas. Big shout out there. Now we know where Bush went. Yeah. Oh, he saw that advertisement. I mean, he does have a girl, so shout out. But he saw that advertisement and it reminded him, like, hey, let's get going, you know. But yeah, let's lay some comments. I got a few minutes in here before I'm gonna eat some dinner and then go watch some football. So lay them down, y'all. Dude, what are these fucking reports from training camp, by the way? Like, now we're seeing Romeo Dubs hype. Now we're seeing like Dennis Houston hype. We're seeing a bunch of just like random hype coming out of nowhere. So, you know, what are we gonna look at here? Did you guys see too? What's it called? you mentioned the Matthew Stafford elbow injury. What's his face? Somebody was nicked up in training camp. I can't even fucking remember off my head. I am running on fumes right now. When we're running multiverse, has been busy this week, but probably this weekend, I would say. To extend that question, should I take Diggs or Mixon in the second? I'm getting Josh Allen for the dynasty questions I had. Do not just take best player available. Take value as long as you can. Favorite sleeper team this year? I mean, I got to go with the Jets. Like that's just going to be my AFC team. I just got to ride or die with them at that point. So go Jets. Oh yeah, Dubs top 10 Packers wide receiver ever. Yeah, literally though. All I'm seeing. What should I look for in Pittsburgh based for Deontay after his first big game this year? Fuck man. In Dynasty, if you can get you could probably get a 2023 first, and I would take that. Seeing people's fuck, of course there's Peoples Jones hype. Like, why? Are you gonna be able to show the game on here? I'm a Raider fan at my work. Unfortunately, that goes against YouTube's terms of service, so I can't actually physically broadcast the game here. Sorry about that, Nicholas. DK, Gabe Davis, or Mitchell in half PPR. Gross, I know. Managed league, 20-team league, start 5. Give me DK Metcalf there. Where are you at between ETN and Hall and redraft this season? Both are climbing up in the boards. I have ETN slightly higher, but if we get a full training camp where Brees Hall's dominating the snaps, Brees Hall's getting all the reps with the first team, that's back-to-back. Like that's back-to-back pick your poison type of pick, in my opinion. I would probably at that point slightly lean Hall if we saw that, but like you're picking hairs there. I love both of those archetypes in the 4th round. What would you give up to get Fields in a 1-year rebuild? On quarterbacks are Wilson, Trubisky, Geno. I have 3 2023 first and a 2023 second. I'd probably be willing to give up. See if your league mates are willing to give you him for what 2023 first and a 2023 second. It's probably about fair if you can get it. You scooping Cobb or Watkins from Green Bay in late rounds? If so, which one? I don't mind spicing in both of them. I'd probably prefer. That's close, man. In best ball, I'd probably take Watkins, and in season long, I'd probably take Cobb. That's a crapshoot though. Anyone know what channel the game is on? I'm watching it on DAZN. Like I'm Canadian, but you guys should be able to see the NFL Game Pass. So NBC has it, so perfect. Who between the other two guys, if the guy on the clock before me here takes DK, is Elijah Mitchell? I take Gabe Davis over Elijah Mitchell. Gabe Davis, Mitchell, Dobbins, ARSB, Cooper, Cooks. Wait, give me ARSB. Give me a Monra. Is that Dynasty or is that redraft, Mark? I'm so excited to watch the game, but I know people. Yeah, literally same. You think Isaiah McKenzie or Amir Smith Marset in 20th rounds Dynasty? Probably McKenzie because he's got the best opportunity to see playing time right away. There's been reports maybe he gets some training or he gets some snaps at the slot. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's a crapshoot. Redraft. Okay, in redraft, I think I have a Monra slightly higher than Gabe Davis. I would take a Monra. But either way, it's 7:50, guys. I'll let you guys have 10 minutes to digest, 10 minutes to get ready for this game. I'm going to be doing the same. Got to eat some food because I have not eaten since breakfast. But either way, appreciate you guys for lasting the last 50 minutes or so. Short stream. Had to get you guys ready for this Hall of Fame game. And as you see on the title, football is fucking back. Let's go. I will get to this last comment. Damian Williams, Mike Davis, or Jerick McKinnon for late startup. Give me Jerick McKinnon. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for the last bit. And take it easy.